Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jean-Pierre Alexandre Prébillois from Rome, Italy. I would like to talk to you about a beautiful experience that I had while I was dancing as a professional dancer. Now, I teach ballet and I teach also postural gym, which is like a floor bar style of work. So returning back in many decades ago, when I was in Milan, in Italy, I was studying ballet, and I had a friend who also was a ballet student. And one day he invited me to his birthday at home, and there were many other people. And he showed me a beautiful ballet book of the great dancers of that era. That was something like 1980, no, maybe before the 1978, 77, 78. So this ballet book, it was an old ballet book, and the photo were not black and white, but they were a little bit yellow. The paper wasn't glossy white paper; it was old due to the age. And I was amazed to see all these beautiful photographs, and I was asking to my friend, but who is this dancer? Because at that time I didn't have any idea who was this one and who was that one and how was the technique. And so my friend told me, no, but this is one of the great dancers, and that one is another ballerina, this one is. So my eyes captured some dances. And I said, but this one, because I like the style of the work, and he told me this one is a very special dancer. And I said, but this other one, and he said, this is the wife of this dancer. I said, okay. And what is the name? So he told me this is Valery Panov and his wife, Galina Panova. Wow. And I was amazed by these pictures of ballet, pas de deux, and the different variation. And my eyes were, I was like if I was reading a fairy book. And then, we continue to make the birthday party, and, then my life continued, and circumstances made that I left Milan, Italy, and I was appointed in junior corps de ballet at Pact Ballet in South Africa. We started in Johannesburg, and then the Pact Ballet, which stands for the Performing Art Council of Transvaal, they moved to the State Theatre of Pretoria, which is a wonderful theatre. So once we moved to the State Theatre of Pretoria, I could have ever imagined that every day for me was a different experience and a different interesting challenge. You in a ballet career, you have so many challenges and so many experiences that you don't even realize that time is flowing so fast. Every day something new. Every day there is something to learn. Every day there is something, you meet new people. So finally, I see, like in every ballet company, there is a board where they put the names and the program, what is going to be done next month. And, one week you work on Giselle, one other week you work on La Fille Mal Gardée, another week you work on a different ballet. And I see the name of guest artists, Valery Panov and Galina Panova. So I asked one of the dancers of Ballet, and I said, "But are you sure this is Valery Panov and Galina Panova?" And they said, "Yes, yes, yes. They will come from, I think, from Germany, and they will participate to two ballets, La Female Garde and Anna Karenina, which choreography was of Andrei Prokofsky." So I said, "Wow, that is a miracle." So I said, "At least I'm going to meet and to work and dance on the same stage with those two figures and stars of dance that I saw some years ago on the book of my friend in Milan." So here comes the day in which Valery Panov and Galina Panova arrive at the theater. I finished my rehearsals and everybody was waiting because the artistic director came and they with Valery Panov and Galina Panova, and they made visit to the State Theater, and they came while we were doing the end of the class. So I saw, with the corner of my eye, I saw Valery Panov and standing in the middle with Lorna Hopwood, the artistic director, and Galina Panova. They were talking between themselves, and I was continuing my work at the end of the class with other dancers. And but I was curious to hear and to listen, so I approached myself. I made a beautiful smile to them, and but I didn't want to insist too much with the smile. But I was curious to see near the face, and I was living in a wonderful world. And the next day, that was for me a great surprise because they started doing the rehearsals of La Female Garde. So after class, we had the possibility to stay in the studio and watch the soloist rehearsal. And Galina Panova was doing Lise, the role of Lise. And there was also another guest teacher, Ronald Emblin, who was coaching Galina Panova. And I remember that Ronald Emblin told to Galina Panova during rehearsals, "You mustn't do it in the Russian way, the variation. You must do it like they do it in the Royal Ballet. You must follow the accent of the music, even if the step is like you do it is correct, but you must do it like the choreography of Frederick Ashton." And so she was working and working and working and working. "No, this is not good. You do it again, and you do it again, and you do it." Finally, she made a brilliant variation. And I was just, learning, looking to Galina Panova, how she was working. And the same thing happened with Valery Panov. He was rehearsing another variation, and he was brilliant. He was a little bit just something that reminds you, maybe it's not correct, but something reminds you in the style of Vladimir Vasiliev. That strength, that powerful strength in the turns, in the leaps, in the jumps, and there was something that was a little bit similar with Vasiliev. And I was amazed by his technique, by his power, by his strength, the way he was on stage, the way he attacked the movement. And the next day, but this stood for a couple of weeks, we were doing either boys' class, girls' class, or sometimes company class. And when we were doing company class, Galina Panova, I don't know why, because in a ballet company you have the bar where usually the soloist work, and the bar which the senior corps de ballet work. And there is another bar where is a little bit mixed corps de ballet. And there is another bar with other dancers, like me, that I wasn't an important dancer, who were working in another side. And then there are the middle bar, the movable bar in the center where everybody could work. So I was standing in the corner of the studio where, not important people were working, but I was working there because I always liked that part of the studio. And what is strange is that Galina Panova was always coming to work next to me. She wasn't going to the soloist place. She was coming next to me. And I was amazed by this because not only because she was working next to me, but because I could learn from her style. I could learn from how she was working at the bar. And Valery Panov, instead of going to the soloist bar, he was working in the removable bar, not far from me. So their work at the bar, in the center, during rehearsals, during performance, was just amazing. Amazing. What I'm telling you now, amazing are just words, but it's much, much more. So I'm telling you all this because probably the people who will listen to me now in this video, some of you have met or have worked with Valery Panov already. But there are maybe the new generation who never met Valery Panov and Galina. And this video is for the young generation. When you have the chance, the opportunity, and life gives you this big gift to work with great artists at the same bar, in the same ballet studio, and share the applause on stage, and share the same difficulty on stage, or the same choreography, take it as a gift. Take it as a school of knowledge that you learn, that you absorb, that you look to the different type of technique that maybe is different from you, and you try to absorb the most strong technique and school of life, because this is a school of life. So I'm very happy to offer you this little video about Valery Panov and Galina Panova. I know that Valery Panov, unfortunately, is not with us anymore. But, in ballet, artists always continue to live, always continue to protect you. So just believe in what life gives you and offer you as a chance. This is a unique chance, and I am really thankful to God that He gave me this chance to meet great artists. Thank you again, and I hope that you will be pleased about this short story.